Hello everyone and welcome back to Old Iron Farm Toys. Today we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the new T6.160 by Ertl. This is a new 1/64th scale toy, and these are going to be on your cheaper side of toys. I only paid like $12 for this, which is not bad at all. Which I don't... Ertl hasn't made a ton of T6s, so I believe they've only came out in 3 different sets. There's been a couple in a couple Hanes sets, maybe a menorah spreading set, and I don't know, maybe a few others. But I was really hoping this one would have had the newer decaling. They were kind of, from what they were saying in the catalog, it sounded like they was going to have a newer, they was going to put a bunch of updates to it, but they didn't. But oh well, I can live without that. But look on the back here. We have 135 engine horsepower, 115 at the PTO, a 52-gallon fuel capacity, and a 104 wheelbase. So let's get looking at this thing. Did come out in 2025, so it is brand new. Different language right there. Packaging, really not a crazy much. So packaging, I mean, you do have the New Holland logo right there. Obviously on top, T6 Ertl. This is just a replica play. So this is all the package. I have a T6. I just don't know where it's honestly at. I used it, did a 4-H project with it, a fair for the, or a display for the county fair, and I know it's in this room somewhere, but it's in a tote from all that other stuff. So I would compare the older ones to this one, but I can't because I don't have an older one. But here it is, looking pretty nice actually. So one thing I do know is it does have the newer style cab roof, so that is pretty cool. It doesn't have the newer style GPS though, which it's literally, the T6 and the T7s are really the exact same size. But T7s, they say they're more of a tillage tractor, which you can do tillage with this tractor. We're starting off at the front. We got our headlights as well as the New Holland logo. Fenders, weights, which they look okay. I mean, I'm not a fan of them, but I love the New Holland logo on the front. Your fenders, a little bit of front movement there, not a ton. Front weights, probably help 4-wheel drive kick in a little better. Got your DEF tank. I love the toolbox detail right there. Looks pretty nice. Nice T6 logo. And what I like about these tractors is they're just a simple design. They're a simple look. I just like them better than the cases for some reason. Which they have not, Ertl hasn't made many Pumas or anything like that in the past few years, like they have made the T7s and T6s and stuff. I don't think Ertl really don't produce a ton of Magnums and stuff like that. I guess they count with a few in the past couple of years, but got the blue operator seat and the buddy seat. I like the steering wheel. Steering wheel is pretty nice with a New Holland logo on the steering wheel. I don't know how good you guys can see that, but it does have a New Holland logo, as well as your monitors, controls and all that. You do have your lights on the reflective lights, which actually do kind of reflect when they're hit by light, as well as your fenders there. Cab looks pretty nice. Front windshield wiper, back windshield wiper, GPS sunroof on top, pretty bare on the drawbar. So it looks pretty nice. It's a pretty nice toy. Back tires look... I wish there's more of a row crop looking tire, but something you could always swap out. On the bottom, not much going on. Just your drawbar. So here it is on the baler. On a New Holland baler. That's basically last year's farm show set right there for New Holland. So it looks pretty good on the old New Holland balers. And I don't know if you guys, well, you guys probably might notice this. Through the years, New Holland balers have gotten more and more yellow on them until until now, where they're all yellow with cream rims. So yeah, there's this one. This was one of my first New Holland balers. I have a couple of these old New Holland balers. This one's in the rougher shape. But yeah. Set these back on the shelf there. There could be a lot of things you could do with this. Put on the orange mower. Can't say the name on YouTube. They'll get all mad at me. It ain't worth it. Get the Heston disc bind there. That would get the job done pretty nice as well. So it is a pretty nice looking toy. So we got the T6, T7, and then the bigger T8. That's the big brother of the three. The T9 is the biggest, but I don't have one with me right now. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave a like. Maybe consider subscribing. It'd be really helpful. As you guys do know, we are on the race to 8,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I think that's possible if everyone watching this video right now would like and subscribe. But until then, thanks for watching. I'll be at the 2026 100 Years of Horsepower, so save the date for that. That's a really good show. If you live in Indiana, Illinois, any state really, it is worth it. So save the date for that, and then 2026 National Farm Machinery Show. I'll be going to that as well. So anyways, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Old Iron Farm Toys out.